So we continue with the explanation of changes in supply further on. What are the factors that affect the rightward shift of the supply curve and the leftward shift of the supply curve? We first begin with the rightward shift or increase in supply. The reasons for increase in supply I have put down here. First one, decrease in prices of other goods. Please understand, this is supply and here the producer wants the price to be pretty high. As the prices of other goods fall, more and more producers, and this producer in particular, would like to supply the product more in the market, even at the same price. So, the first factor that leads to a rightward shift in the supply curve is decrease in prices of other goods. Second one, decrease in prices of factors of production or inputs. If there is a decrease in the prices of labor or capital or any other factor that affects in or that is used in the production of the product, then also it is possible for the producer to supply more of the product at the same price, leading to a rightward shift of the entire supply curve, or in other words, increase in supply. The third factor is advanced and improved technology. Whenever there is an improvement in technology, the producer is in a position to supply more quantity of the product at the same price, resulting in a rightward shift of the entire supply curve. So, at the same price, earlier if he was supplying OQ, now he OQ1, now he supplies OQ of the commodity. The next factor, favorable taxation policy. If the government wants that particular product to be produced in a larger quantity, the government normally reduces the tax rate on that commodity, resulting in the producer producing more of the commodity or a rightward shift of the supply curve. Next factor, goals of the firm or goal of sales maximization. This implies that the producer wants to maximize his output, hence even at the same price, he does not mind producing more quantity of the product. Earlier if he was producing OQ1, now he is producing OQ units at the same price OP. Next point is increase in number of firms. Normally when in a industry, if a particular industrialist sees that the particular product is fetching another producer more profit, he would also like to shift to the production of that product. Hence, more and more producers will enter the market and will have to, therefore the supply increases although the price of the product is the same. Next point is expectation of fall in the prices in future. If the producers expect that the price of that particular commodity is likely to fall in the near future, he would try to increase its supply and use all the inputs that he has with him in the present state, and therefore the supply of the product increases and he is prepared to sell whatever has been produced by him at the going price or the market price. The next one, improvement in means of transport and communication. If the producer is able to supply his product in different markets at the same price, he would take it as an opportunity and would like to supply more and more at the same price. So, this will lead to a rightward shift of the entire supply curve or an increase in supply. Now, let us talk about the reasons of a decrease in supply or a leftward shift of the supply curve, which means at the same price now the producer is supplying less of the commodity. From OQ, he is now supplying OQ 1 units of the commodity at the same price OP. So, we reverse the points. The leftward shift or a decrease in supply occurs on account of the following reasons. First one, increase in price of other goods. Automatically, when the prices of other goods have gone up, the producer also wants to shift to the production of the other goods because they become more profitable. Hence, he will reduce the supply of the product that he has been producing and would like to divert his resources in the production of any other commodity or a similar commodity which will give him more profit. Second one, increase in price of factors of production. So if the prices of factors of production, namely land, labor, capital, go up, automatically it becomes difficult for the producer to supply more quantity at the same price. Hence, he shrinks or reduces the supply of the product. The third point is complex and outdated technology. As the technology becomes outdated, it becomes more and more difficult for the producer to supply more units of the commodity at the same price. Therefore, supply curve shifts to the left, or there is a decrease in supply. Then the next one, unfavorable taxation policy. If the government does not want to promote the product, they will levy a higher tax on the product. Hence, the producer is forced to reduce his supply and supply less at the same price. Therefore, there is a leftward shift of the supply curve and the producer is able to supply OQ1 units of the product now at the earlier price of OP. Then goals of profit maximization. The firm may not intend or may not be able to achieve its intentions and goals of maximizing its profits provided the government is levying more taxes on the product. Hence, there is a leftward shift of the supply curve. Then decrease in number of firms. Many a times when the product becomes unprofitable, the people in the industry, more and more firms in the industry move out of the industry and go to producing some other product. Hence, there is a decrease in the supply of the product. Then expectation of rise in the prices in future. And if the price is expected to rise in the near future, the producer will hold on to his production in the present situation and would try to increase his supply only later when the price of the product rises in future. Then poor means of transport and communication. This is another handicap for the producer to supply more at the same price because he is not able to provide the product in far off places on account of poor transport and communication facilities. So we have discussed all the factors that affect a rightward shift of the supply curve, that is increase in supply, and a leftward shift of the supply curve, that is decrease in supply. So these are the various factors of changes in supply which occur on account of changes in any of the factors that affect supply except the price of the commodity. So please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.